Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler platter video series of videos I do for the Lana. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff, then I talk about the stuff, folks. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know, hopefully, about hopefully delicious crap that I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try, and I'm going to yammer on. Whilst I'm yammering, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster behind me, crabby old ladder off the side. There's some Marvel figures up there, and then on top of that, folks, wearing a cool shirt. When I wear a cool shirt, I always like to highlight the shirt. What cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! Rob Zombie shirt. Yeah. It's kind of amazing that I've been into the metal scene for as long as I have and didn't have a Rob Zombie shirt. But here's the thing. Typically, I would say 98% of the shirts that I have that are concert or artist related are specifically from concerts. That's where I like to get them. I feel like that does the most to support them, plus it's a nice memory for me. I recently got to finally see Rob Zombie live, despite the fact that at one point in time he played like 5 minutes from my house, but the fucking tickets were sold out. So, not too long ago, they did their Freaks on Parade tour, which was them, Mudvayne was co-headlining, you had Static X, and then Powerman 5000 open up the show. Basically, if you were like an early 2000s metalhead kind of kid, that was your jam. So I shouldn't say, because obviously there's people are going to be over there. I mean, nobody comments on my stuff anyway, but people are going to be over there and be like, "Hey, I was into the real metal." And hey, folks, maybe you're into some, some Celtic Frost. Maybe you're into some Behemoth. Hey, we're all good in the hood, folks. It's all about the metal. But anyway, folks, you don't care about that. What am I trying for y'all today? Well, I got a bunch of items over here. We're going to grab this one because it's closest. Boom! We've got Olipop, Blackberry, Vanilla. So, I've done Olipop in the past. I've done 2 videos for them where I went over there, I tried out 2 drinks apiece. This is a flavor that I hadn't encountered. I actually got this over at a friend's house. His parents are more on the mindful side when it comes to, their drinking and, things they take into their body. So they typically don't do this typical soda, but they will have occasionally sparkling water, what have you. And they had Olipop. And so I asked if I could have a can, because I hadn't tried this one before, and they're like, sure, go ahead. So, supports digestive health. They refer to it as a sparkling tonic. It's non-GMO, doesn't really matter to me, but if it does to you, good for you. Prebiotics, botanicals, plant fiber. Least been used crafting a drink that's good for your digestion and is delicious. Olipop combines the benefits of prebiotics, plant, blah, 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 digestive health. Inspired by autumnal, that's a weird word, blackberry cobblers and jams. Our blackberry vanilla combines deep, dark blackberry juice rich in phytonutrients. That's what I'm going with bright, tangy citrus and sumptuous vanilla notes. It's vegan, it's paleo, please recycle, all that good stuff. It's only got 5 grams of sugar, so that's way less than a typical soda. And only 50 calories, so now like I always like to point out whenever it comes to like quote-unquote healthy things that I do on here, please do not go over there and take what I am saying as an endorsement on like a health aspect. Not a doctor. I don't know too many doctors who rock Rob Zombie shirts. I'm sure they're out there, and they are the most badass doctors of all. But please do your own research, all that good stuff, because I don't want to mislead anybody into thinking, oh, this is so much better than blah, 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 blah. And then like 15 years down the line, mesothelioma, and then class action lawsuit against me. I'll probably be living under a bridge at that point. So you won't get anything from me, folks. Let's try a thing. I'm real thirsty. I just took a good old long shower after work. And for whatever reason, for me, showers always dry me out. I don't know why. It's a very weird thing. I've been that way my whole life. Maybe I'm not the only person. I don't know. Okay. It's got a somewhat a slight fragrance, but it's certainly there. And I would definitely say it has sort of a blackberry and cream kind of smell to it. So, let's give it a go. That is super good. 100% I'm down with this. So, I was hopeful that I would be because previously I liked my Olipop experiences. Yeah, not all of them were 100% winners, but I thought all of them were decent, and there were a couple that I actually really enjoyed. This I would definitely add on to the ones that I actually really enjoy. And the nice thing about Olipop compared to a lot of other like sparkling kind of like pop alternatives, it it does a good job of, it's a sparkling beverage, all that good stuff, but it actually does a good job of still being very flavorful and not tasting basically like medicine. I did a probiotics root beer review at one point in time. Go look that one up. And man, it kind of had a root beer-ish taste, but then it just tasted like medicine. And that's not a pleasurable taste for me. And with like sparkling waters, although I have found some that are somewhat palatable, I'm just not big into those. Olipop is one of those things where it's like, again, I'm not going to go over there and say, oh, it's, so much better. Again, please do your own research. But at least in terms of trying to be like a soda alternative, I could drink this, excuse me, and it would work for what it's supposed to be. It would be a soda alternative. I could drink this instead of typical soda and be happy. So, now on to the actual flavor and what it's doing itself. It definitely has a blackberry and cream taste to it. Which, yeah, you would imagine, but it does a good job of actually balancing the two. It's not overly one way or the other. The blackberry carries through, the vanilla carries through. The blackberry might edge out the vanilla a little bit at certain points, but the vanilla is kind of a little bit more upfront, which is interesting. I actually would have felt that the blackberry would have been, more of the upfront flavor kind of died down and let the vanilla kind of, shine through, but it's like initially you get a hit of the blackberry. Blackberry kind of dies down, the vanilla kind of takes over, and then at the tail end it's like the blackberry again. It's really good, like genuinely. Yeah, I'm perfectly down with that. I could go over there, buy a 12 pack of this stuff, keep it in the fridge, and be perfectly satisfied with it. And for me, that's actually saying something because, hell, if you watch the show, I like soda. But the thing is, like, I am somebody who, I do try to limit the amount of soda that I take in. I do a lot of stuff for these reviews. But, usually, I'll go over there, I'll maybe buy, a 12-pack or even sometimes just a 6-pack, and I'll just hold that for the week. I'll just come home, after work, grab a can, grab a bottle. That's my way to help wind down a little bit after a long night at work. I don't really drink, in terms of the alcoholic aspect, or in terms of the alcohol aspect of things. So going home and grabbing a refreshing beer, it's just not my jam. If it's yours, good on you. It's just not my thing. For me, I want to go home and just have a nice soda. So I could grab this and feel satisfied with that decision. So I really do think out of the stuff that I have tried so far, and I actually have a playlist of quote unquote healthy sampler platter items, so if you're ever interested, go ahead and give those a shot. This for me, Olipop is so far and away the winner. Because it manages to do what a lot of the other ones don't, which is that, and I'm not saying it's the healthiest, I'm not saying it's the best option, it depends on what you're looking for. But for me, as being a soda alternative with less sugar, with less calories, and then it's got all their who's and ha's, I can go with that. I don't feel like I'm being deprived. It still tastes good. It still tastes like I'm treating myself versus going over there and enduring something because I'm supposed to be an adult and, I'm supposed to be taking better care of my health. For one thing, I'm not a very good adult. Look around you, folks. Does this look like a very good adult setup? No! Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. But I don't care. I'm going to keep doing what I do because it's just my personal flair. So anyway, the Olipop Blackberry Vanilla 100% gets my recommendation. It's, if you're, like I said, if you're somebody who you're over there, you're trying to cut down on, your soda intake, I would definitely check out the Olipop as an option. There are other ones out there. Maybe one of those will be better suited for you, but for me, this so far has worked the best. So, my only point of contention with Olipop at the moment is that because they are sort of like more of a niche thing, they're obviously not really directly competing with like the big soda companies and stuff. I typically find them like in individual cans, which is good to try, but like I would like an actual 12-pack, that I could just go and grab that would hopefully be somewhat similarly priced to a 12-pack of soda. I think when the alternatives can get to that similar level, that's when you'll see kind of a greater shift. Because as is, they do typically cost a little bit more, but even if they are good, you got to kind of weigh the pros and cons. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before we get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. If you can go there and have yourselves a truly blackberry vanilla rest of your life, because blackberry's good, vanilla's good. They work really well together. They're very complementing flavors. And, folks, we all need more compliments in our lives. So, yeah. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. Okay, that's really the hardest part of life, folks. Going through life and not being an asshole. Because there's so many circumstances where, man, being an asshole is it just feels right. There's just that part of you that's like, all right, let's asshole up. And you go over there, man, there's a whole Power Rangers. It's asshole time. And before you know it, man, you got a Megazord worth of asshole just coming down on somebody because, that's just the way shit is sometimes. But let's try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, folks. Okay, I know sometimes you got to deal with the putties. Maybe Rita Revolta shows up. Maybe you even have to deal with Lord Zed every now and again. Oh, yeah, I'm taking it back. But you don't need the Megazord for every fucking situation, okay? Let's not forget, the Power Rangers, sometimes they would win just, in their normal suits. They'd use that blaster configuration. Not usually. I think it only worked like that the one time, but, Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to try out some Olipop. And you're going to go over there and you're going to be like, you know what, that fat guy on the internet with the Rob Zombie shirt, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to invest in Olipop because I am apparently some sort of suave billionaire guy who is not only rich but also mindful of the world. Rare though that is. And I'm going to go over there. I'm going to invest in Olipop. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to bring down the price. Have it made more available to the average people. We'll get hopefully, again, not a doctor, maybe get the diabetes levels down a little bit and such like that. Something that I personally deal with. Not even gonna lie, folks. I gotta keep an eye on the sugars and such. But anyway, or you could go over there and do something probably more realistic, like, I don't know, folks, go out and collect some sunflowers or something like that. Press them in a book or do a thing with plants and such. Bye.